Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today is playoff time. We have the Clash Champs playoffs, and today we have a German battle, which is going to be No Legs versus Unicorns of Love Hell. That's basically the German Unicorns of Love team, and they're pretty hot recently. So let's see who can win this match. Let's get right started with the first one. But to be honest, before we're starting with the first attack, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder about the gold pass is running out and we have a new gold pass tomorrow. I did not post the new skin just yet, and the reason was this. Yeah, that's no joke. That's the new king skin. I think that's a minus 10 out of 10. It's not my favorite skin, at least. I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, if you would like to buy the new gold pass, even though the skin is not the best, make sure to use the creator code. If you guys would like to support me and this channel, make sure you use code ITSU. But let's get started with the first attack. We have Jundal coming in, and he's starting things off with a shiny smash, what it looks like. And we have only 2 witches. He's starting off with the Queen Walk. And that's kind of interesting setup of No Legs, because most of the time, like, common thing to do is to put the air defense into the second line, or second row of defenses, so you have a threat onto the healers. On this one, we have a ground expo in the second line, or second row, which basically means that there's like non-stop DPS, but there's no threat to the healers, which means Yondal can do what he's doing right now, and this means just charging the entire right side, getting some funnel done, and getting his Pekka now into the single Inferno tower. Jump is placed already. He does not want to jump into the town hall. There is like a blimp plan for that. Yep, there's the blimp. Now we have the black mines hitting those healers. So nicely placed black mines. Really tricky to trigger them with those Coco Loons. And so far it looks... not sure if it looks good or okay, because most of those super wizards went around the bottom side, so they were not going into the core, and now the scatter is even shooting them. So we have still a ton of Pekka alive, but still, this is going to be a tricky finish, because there's now so much damage. It's so incredible. Like, there's so many expos, 2 scatters shooting at those poor Pekka, and the healers are doing like everything to keep them alive. We have the Royal Champion still alive without her ability at this point, but those Pekka are tanking the back, and that's the important part. We have the Queen ability, we have 1 freeze, which needs to be used for the single Inferno tower at the top right, at the top side, to make sure that this has a chance of tripling. The cannon is dealing quite amount of damage to this Royal Champion, and now we need to be careful. The Royal Champ has no ability left anymore, as I told you already, so this is going to be close, because it seems like that the Inferno tower is not getting killed, which is a huge bummer, because he needed that Inferno tower to go down, because now his Queen cannot reach the Inferno tower. We have around 40 seconds left for the Queen to finish off this base, and we have at the bottom left a ton of other storages still alive. Minions and archers are trying to get rid of that, but now we have the healers tanking. That's a good thing to have the healers tanking for your Queen, even though they're still on the Queen. Queen is now going in. Queen is going for the Archer Tower. Queen is going for the Inferno Tower, and she does it. She has only 20 seconds left to finish off this base, but there's still a ton of buildings, ton of storages at the bottom left, which I already told you. There is no cleanup goblin whatsoever, and this seems like this is causing a time fail in the end, even though the Queen was smart and going for those buildings, like going for the Inferno Tower kinda quick. But this is either way a 98% to start things off, to start this war off. Could be worse, but could be better as well. And we have Pasi now coming in. He's starting off with a Zap Lalo. So let's see where exactly he's going to plan those lightnings. He has 7 out of them, which tells me Queen could be a thing, Eagle could be a thing, and obviously he could just go for expos with like 6 lightnings and the Earthquake, and just make sure that one of the lightning spells is getting used for taking out the clan cast or something like that. So now now everything went down in that scatter compartment. That's a good entry, and now we have the king getting right placed into a double Tesla. I guess that was meant to defend a Warden Walk over there. That's just my guess. But either way, the Tesla were taken out kinda quickly, so they're not going to be annoying later on this attack. And we have already the funneling happening on the right side with a sneaky goblin And the king is still funneling, doing his job over there. The baby dragon, on the other hand, is funneling as well, doing a great job over there. Now we have the ice golem coming in, and soon we should have the queen coming in as well. Yep, there's the queen. There was actually oh my goodness, there was actually a black mine. This black mine actually prevents the elixir storage to go down, which is huge, because this is, especially with the queen and everything kind of getting rotated to the top left side, this could be a factor later on. Well, it is already a factor now, because he wanted to wall break into the core, but because of the elixir storage staying alive, the wall break targeted that other compartment, and now we have the queen everything taking on the clan castle. Use the lightning to take down the headhunters, and now we have, well, the poison was kind of swag, to be honest, because the minions went out of the poison, and now we have the royal champion and the queen versus the world. There's still so much alive. There's still so much alive. Okay, so the next thing what he tries to go for is the Royal Champion ability. Obviously, taking out the Wizard Tower. Expo would be huge. Can he take down the Expo? And Expo is going down with the last spear. So, nicely done. Now we have the Blimp coming in. Wait a second. That makes no sense. Like, Pasi is going against a Sweeper, and there's a Dragon with Loons in the Blimp. This makes zero sense at all. Like, why would you, why not a Goblin Blimp? Why not a safety Goblin Blimp? I think he wanted to start from the right side. He wanted to start from the right side into the Royal Champion as early as possible. But instead now, he's having to face the Sweeper and everything. This was such a poor choice. No way, no way. And now we have the multi-inferno tower. It's really hard pathing-wise for those loons to get into the multi. Nothing so far is going into the multi. One lonely loon is now going for the multi-inferno tower. This will be never ever enough, and those last couple of loons are going to die as well. This is going to be defense for Unicorns of Love because of the strange clan castle choice of Pasi. That was surprising. I mean, the plan itself looked good. I mean, obviously he did not take care of the core multi-inferno tower, but still, it looked good as an entry. But, well, the problem just was the Blimp. The Blimp was kind of strange. And, well, in the end, it's going to be falling short with a 93% for no legs. And now we have, once again, Unicorns of Love coming in with head coach. And they're starting off with the Warden Walk right into that Tesla farm. So we have already no legs predicting a couple of those Warden Walks from Unicorns of Love. Now we have the lightnings coming in, and that's looking good so far. Considering that there was the Tesla farm, it's looking really good actually, because I think he already planned on having the Tesla or having to face the Tesla farm, because he brought so many loons. Like, otherwise bringing so many loons is kind of like a waste, I would say. But he kind of predicted, I guess, that there was the Tesla farm, and he did that nicely, taking that out. Now we have the super witches coming in. Wall breaks are going to be placed soon. The first wall break is kind of early, which surprised me, but still the second wall break is opening the correct wall, so far, so good. King is going to find the outside with the siege barracks together. He has a second wall break, which he can use like another wall break, which he can use later on. The rage now into the town hall pretty early, and he does not need the warden ability for the town hall, which is always an awesome thing. Just like a huge tip, I wouldn't say never, but most of the time, try to not use this warden ability for the town hall explosion. It's just not worth it. You want to save it in the core when the enemy heroes are engaging your witches, because that's the dangerous part about this attack strategy and about the attack itself. When facing the enemy heroes, that's where the danger begins for those super witches. Either way, we have now the king engaging the super witches. As I told you, there's the warden ability, nicely done. The jump is leading everything into the back end. And now the question is, can the royal champion with those super witches finish off the base? So far it looks good. There are no heroes on the back end, which is awesome for the royal champ, because otherwise the royal champ would have had kind of like a rough time. But this is looking still good. Queen ability is still not used, but I guess the queen ability needs to be used soon, because the scatter is on her and the royal champion is still doing her thing on the outside, having a ton of things to tank for her, like the giant on the outside. On the inside there are the witches with their skeletons, and this is looking really good. 50 seconds left, and time, obviously, like always, could be an issue on those super witch attacks. Royal champion ability kind of early, could have let the royal champion kill first, like this air defense. Instead, he's choosing to use the queen ability early, making sure all of the defenses go down. And the Royal Champ, yes, is winning the 1 versus 1 against the cannon. And this means head coach is bringing in the first triple in this match. This is looking good. And really good percentage in the first one as well. So they have like 198% overall so far. Now it's up to NoLegs to bring this war back to them. And we have the next attacker coming in with Reen. And he's using some dragons. Let's go. Okay, let's see. First off, starting with that Royal Champion, having an Earthquake. Oh, and there's the Royal Champion ability, making sure those defenses are invisible. Now the Earthquake, taking that down. Nicely done. And, well, where are the lightnings? There's the first one, there's the next one, and then we have 2 lightnings left, which tells me that it's going to be on a sweeper. That's what it looks like, going to be the dragons into the town hall, and then we have a backend of... Actually, the backend is kind of heavy. Top eagle, then we have a air X-bow, we have a scatter shot. The king is kind of annoying as well because it's tanking defenses like insanely well. So there's a ton of defense on that back end. We have the king now getting placed. Let's hope the king is not going to go into the clan castle range. Otherwise, this would be huge trouble. And now we have the queen, everything going inside. Queen is pushing all of the dragons with the tornado trap into the town hall. Wait a second, where's the warden? Can I just not find him? Where's the... Oh no, Reen! He forgot to place the warden. Oh no, what is going on? That is such an uncommon mistake from NoLegs. It seems like NoLegs is completely switched out this war. First off, the huge mistake from Parsi, and now Reen forgetting to place his warden. That's kind of uncommon. But we have the dragons still pushing through. The rage is getting used to get rid of the scatter and get rid of the enemy Royal Champion. Everything is pushing now into the back end. We have the freeze for the single Inferno Tower. The Slammer is still alive. We have a couple of, like 1 more freeze to be honest. And a huge Tesla farm on that back end. Okay. This is looking not the best for Reen. Losing so many hit points of his dragons on this town hall explosion. That was huge. And now we have the scatter on the back end getting covered by all of those storages. Now another freeze. Queen ability is getting used as well. And this is going to be around about like 90% I think in the end. But this is not getting close to being a 3-star. So this is really unfortunate for NoLegs. I don't know what is going on. Maybe they had too many matches and they were not really concentrating too much. Not sure. Either way, this is going to be an 87. It is going to be 88% for NoLegs and for Reen in the end. Wow, okay, so this is going to be a rough one to come back from this start. But let's see. Let's see if this is somehow possible. If there's a team out there, NoLegs could be one of them. So let's see what exactly they're going to do. Burak is coming in for the Unicorns of Love. That's a freaking strange army. What is this? He has a couple of lightnings. He has 1 invisibility spell. And he has 3 bats. What is the plan with this? Okay, Royal Champion jumping in with the invisibility spell. Royal Champion ability for taking down the Inferno Tower. So far, so good, I would say. Oh, there are already lightnings on the top left. I'm sorry, I did not see that. So we have the lightnings taking care of the single Inferno Tower and creating pathing. I think that's the even bigger story for this one. I think a Yeti over there would have been way better instead of the Baby Dragon. But either way, it should be alright. I think the funnel should be set. At least let's hope so. The Hound got lured over to the right side, since that got, the Hound got lured with the Royal Champion, and he lured to the right side, so that's nice. But he still has his king and his queen, so the Hound is going to be lured over at some point anyway. So now the dragons are getting into the core of the base, and there are not too many spells to support them. Warden ability really early. We had 2 dragons splitting off to the left side, which is like they're now missing in that core. So that's what I'm talking about when I said like Yeti would have been better for the funnel. And now we have the blimp. Can the blimp make it? There are so many black mines in the corner. The next black mine. A red mine now, and now we have the blimp, another black mine, but there's no sweeper, which means the blimp is making it to that town hall. So nicely done, but still, like, all of the dragons just straight up died out, and we have now a couple of hogs with the king, with some dragons, with the queen pushing for the back end, but he had 3 bats. He has 3 bats for the back end. So Oh my goodness, this is going to be close. There's a giant and a loon tanking for the last, or like for one of those Tesla, trying to take that out, which is working. Okay, that's good. So this means the Tesla's not doing anything anymore. The bats are now in. The bats are in, tanking the single Inferno Tower and the air defense for those dragons. The Queen meanwhile is taking down the single Inferno Tower, taking down the cannon, now using the Queen ability, and taking down the Warden as well. Wow. Could this... Wait a second. This could be... This is a triple, right? How? Like, the entry, no offense, obviously, but looked so... so tricky, I would say. Wow, how did that work? That was crazy. And Unicorns of Love pushing further ahead. This is looking like a pretty one-sided war at the moment. So let's hope that Notice can come back with the next one and make this somewhat interesting. And this base should be a known one. I think this is a Hugo Stiglitz base, like a legend one. And I know it because I tried to copy it as well, and somehow it looks like attacking this base looks like you would, I don't know, you never want to play Clash again. But at the same time, somehow every single entry works on this base. I don't know why. At least this is how I felt like doing Legend, or like using it in Legend. So let's see if Nolex can somehow triple this base as well. Like I said, so far I feel like every single entry which I had on this base tripled it. So, okay. Lightnings for the single Inferno Tower. That's really expensive. That's really expensive for just using a ton of lightnings for one Inferno Tower. That's crazy. And the Rage is getting used as well. Clancasters now is coming out. We have the freeze, making sure the Queen is staying alive. And there were so many spells invested just to make sure that this Queen is somehow staying alive. And now she's not even going into that compartment. If that was planned, I don't know, to be honest. We have an early Warden ability. And now we have one heal left. There's one heal left to somehow triple this base. I mean, we have the king. Oh wait, we have the king and the queen inside of that compartment, which is actually good, to be honest, because this means both are playing Wall Wrecker, and both of them together should quicker go through all of those walls. The last heal got placed as well, and now we have a ton of hybrid getting into the back end. But there's like scatter is like a bomb tower and everything waiting for them. So there's going to be a ton of splash damage. The king needs to tank. And this is what the king is doing. The king is tanking that scatter shot, which is awesome. And now it's all about taking down that single Inferno Tower and that scatter shot. But so far, not too much is going into that scatter. The queen went through that wall, taking down the scatter, which is awesome. And now we have the Royal Champion. Royal Champion versus the rest of the world, basically. And the queen is once again stepping into that small, I don't know, LA, whatever. The Royal Champion is trying her best, but it seems like she's... Wait, she is going for that Inferno Tower. Can she take that Inferno Tower down? That's the question. The Inferno Tower needs to drop. The queen now, that's her job now, to take the Inferno Tower down. And she does it. So this means it is going to be a triple. I told you, somehow on this base, every single entry worked. Like, I had Dragon attacks triplet. I had E-Dragon triplet. I had everything triplet. It's crazy. Either way, next attack is coming in. And we have Rico coming in for Unicorns of Love with the next attack. And this is going to be, once again, Super Witches. Unicorns of Love. Love those Super Witches. They're so strong and so underrated, I feel like. At least a couple of them are using it. For example, Stardra from Queen Walkers is using them a ton. But I feel like overall, Super Witches, they are so strong. It is just insane, like, how powerful those are. I feel like Infernodrags and Super Witches are, like, right now, few of the strongest armies in the game right now, which low-key are not getting used too often. Or, like, I think they could have been used more often on how high the hit rate with this strategy is. But the only problem, which you all know with Super Witches, are time issues. That's the biggest threat of this strategy. It's not about power. No, power shouldn't be any issue. Or saying he just lost the war break, right? I was talking about how strong this attack strategy is, and Rico, this troll, is just like putting his war break into a random giant bomb because he placed it way too early. Rico, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Okay, now the king onto the town hall, which is looking good because this means the town has been taken down early. And now we have those super witches beating through that wall, so wall break was not needed apparently. Now we have a raged blimp. That's interesting. We have a raged blimp now for taking down that queen. And this means on the other side, we have no more spells for those super witches. They need to power through this now on their own. And now we have the warden ability. Like I said, you do not need the warden ability for the town hall. You can save it for later in the attack. And we have the super witches kind of like pushing through that attack and pushing through that base. And we have now the Royal Champion coming in at the top side. Royal Champion is targeting the first building first, which is the defense, now going for that Inferno Tower, finally taking that down. But still, there's so much on the back end with all of those Tesla. He's trying to tank for the Royal Champion with the Loom, which is done nicely. But still, the Super Witches are in the court, cannot help that Royal Champion. One giant skeleton is tanking the bottom side, and the last Tesla is going down. Now we have 35 seconds left, and guys, this is looking really good from Rico, even though he kind of choked with that one wall breaker, but it should be alright. This should be the next 3-star for Unicorns of Love, and they're on fire right now, so this is looking really good. And Nolex needs some 4 stars to get this war somehow back in their favor. So let's see if some magic is going to happen. But so far, it seems like the war of super witches. And we have Nolex coming in once again. And this time, I talked about that just recently, just a couple of seconds ago. Infernodrags and super witches, in my opinion, right now are the 2 strongest and, let's say, easiest strategies at the same time. Like, both of those strategies are not that hard to execute, like, compared to Lalo. I think Lalo is still by far the strongest army in the game, if you can do it. Like, if you're one of those best players, like, if you're Klaus, if you're Stars, if you're one of those alternate guys, like, then Lalo is no problem. But at the same time, doing it like a pretty easy and at the same time solid attack strategy, Infernodrags, super witches, that's it. Like, those are the 2 strongest out there and easiest kind of at the same time. So now we have the Infernodrags getting into the base, which is looking so far pretty good. It's now all about the clank. Oh no! Why did he place that Yeti? Why did he place that Yeti? The Yeti lured out that Hound, and now the Hound is stalling those Infernodrags for ages. All of those spawn skeletons for nothing, because the Infernodrags are staying like on this one spot for so long. But it's still possible. There's still a ton of Infernodrags alive. And we have the first freeze onto the Inferno Tower. No, Inferno Tower, that's not the target which you want to freeze. You want to freeze the scatter. Freeze that scatter. Somehow freeze that scatter. Help your queen. Freeze the king so the king cannot run away and kind of always trigger. No, what are you doing? Where are the freezes? No. Now you're... Oh, my... No, this is not Nolex war. This is not their war. That is quite unfortunate. The freeze was way too late. Those spells were not good. I think this could have been an easy overkill, but in the end, it is not. It is sadly not going to be it. We have still the queen ability, but to be honest, this would have been, like, this needs to be like a level 150 queen to still make this. I don't think that this queen is going to make this push happen against Scatter, King, Tesla on the back end, and an Archer Tower. This will never ever going to happen. So this is once again a below 90%, 2-star attack from Nolex. So yeah, not their war. Like I said, we have seen already so many good wars of them, but this seems not their war. And well, let's see. I mean, we still have 2 attacks to go. I would say like a disconnect or something could still save them, but at the same time, we have Unicorns of Love still being able to get some more triples in. So let's see what exactly the last 2 attacks of this war have up for us. And well, the last, wait a second, the Archer is going ham, he's going insane basically. 92%, can he go, or can she go actually, for the 93%. Wow, what an intense battle this is. Archer versus Elixir Collector. Who can win this insane battle of giants, I would say. Okay, never mind. Let's just wait, see. Wow, it isn't even enough. Like, I can't even see the HP of this building. But anyways, 92%. And let's check out the score for a second. 9-11. And we have percentage lead, obviously, for Unicorns of Love as well. So, last attack is in. And we have once again those Super Witches. I told you, not only Unicorns of Love love those Super Witches, but they're damn good with them as well. So, let's see. Warden Walk. And that's kind of the unique thing. Or like, that's the thing which you need to learn. Where can you use a Warden Walk, which first does not take too long to get through the base. Or like, get through the funnel which you want to go for. And second of all, which Warden Walk is creating this funnel without taking the risk of the Warden taking too much damage, like with expos and things like that, or like where do you need those lightnings? And that's kind of the key for the success of this strategy. So let's see if Scorpion actually chose the right entry. And so far it looks good. Like the first wall breakers are in, and that's actually normal wall breakers. That's okay. Normal wall breakers. He's going for that normal wall breakers because he used some sneaky goblins and obviously the super witches. So he has not the possibility of choosing a third super troop. So he had to go with the normal ones. And the wall breakers are getting it done and getting the queen everything into that base. Now we have a ram going for the town hall. Nicely planned. But at the bottom side, everything is going wrong at that bottom side with the king not really going for that eagle. So that's quite unfortunate. He's not getting a single hero out of that way. Like both queen and king survived. And now we have the warden ability for the core for that enemy queen, taking her down nice and easy. And now we have the royal champion coming in as well. The next rage, I feel like there's just a huge street of rages through that base with the setup it is right now. There's one jump spell left. I guess he's going to place the jump spell for the top side because the bottom side should be taken down by that royal champion, and that's what it looks like at the moment. But the witches now are being really low. They need to be healed up again from those healers. The queen meanwhile is getting targeted by a ton of defenses. We have the royal champion taking down the enemy king on that right side, and now the queen is going for a wall. Why is she going for that wall? I don't know, but the Royal Champ is trying her best to go at the bottom side using the Royal Champ ability, but this looks like there's still too much left alive on that back end, especially with the Super Witch going around the bottom side. Guys, I think this should be a defense. Finally, versus those Super Witches. There's 2 invisibility spells left, yes, but at the same time, there's a Scatter, there's a Warden left alive, and I don't think that this is going to work in the end. So, really good try by Scorpion, but this is not going to make it in that last 18 seconds. So, good try, good effort, but still, this should be the win for Unicorns of Love. But still, we would like to see the last attack of Nolex, and let's see if they can get their second triple in to make this close in the end, star-wise. So, Scorpion is finishing off this attack with 88%, and now let's take a look at the last attack of this match, which is going to be Nolex, and they're coming in with some Chinese... Wait a second, no. Oh, okay, it is Chinese... Bat smash? I don't know how to call this, to be honest. Like, it is a Chinese smash with bats. That's how easy it is. And we have those bats. And where do we have to place them? That's the question. Okay, so first off, where is he going to enter? What is my prediction? I think that he's going to enter at the... into the multi-inferno tower. That makes the most sense, right? Like, getting the multi out of the way early... And having that as an entry point looks really good. So yeah, I think he's going to that multi, and then he's going to jump into the double scatter to have the blimp for the town hall. That's what it looks like, because he has a blimp selected, so he needs to get that town hall with that. I don't think he's going to blimp anything else. He has no poison with him, so he needs to power through this clan castle, which he should be easily doing because he has super wizards with him, which are like probably the best troop against clan castle. Defensive clan classes overall. Now the warden ability pretty early just to protect his troops against the scatter, against everything. The blimp is making it, and it's reaching that town hall, which is awesome. And now we have everything getting into that back end. We have no more rages, no more spells for this left push. The town hall is going down, and now we have an eye. Oh, that ice golem there was sneaky, freezing that wizard tower nice and early for his bats. He needs to freeze it again, though, and now we have the eagle targeting those bats. This is like one of the worst things which could happen. Wait a second. This eagle was actually drunk. Like, what did the eagle... Like, the eagle did not hit those bats? Okay, I feel like that's now... What? The eagle is such a useless and freaking random defense. Like, what the hell? Not only is the eagle sometimes targeting healers, sometimes not, but sometimes he's targeting bats and sometimes he's hitting them and sometimes not. What is this? What is this? The eagle is completely like giving a free triple over to Nolex. I mean, I don't mind. Like, it's a nice attack. But those bats should have died. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, how did those bats survive? Can anyone let me know that in the chat? Because, or like, in the comments, because how did that work? How did that work? Like, the eagle is targeting the bats. Like, let's say the bats are right here, and then the eagle is shooting somewhere over there. Like, why? What? Okay, either way, a nice triple from Nolex to finish off this war, which means in the end we have like a 12-13. GG's to both teams. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this match. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.